With the platform Roblox has offered that allows users to design and generate their own games, it was only a matter of time before users started coming up with daunting and rousing games to be played and experienced by various players. If you're watching in hopes of finding games in Roblox that will give you some fright and horror, then you've certainly come to the right place. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 6 of the best and most terrifying horror games in Roblox. Before we get into it, you know the routine. Thumbs up, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for future videos. This is Gaming District. Number 6. Stop It! Slender 2. Based on the original popular game Slender, the 8 pages Stop It! Slender 2 has gained popularity over masses in the past, until the present, which was partly caused by the fame tagged along with the game it's based from. Stop It! Slender is a survival horror tag game, which begins with players voting over a map that they're going to venture in. Players can either play as Slender, which is randomly picked, civilians, and proxies. The game is focused on the player's journey to wander through a dark and forbidding map in order to accumulate a total of 8 pages and be able to activate all 3 generators that give access to particular locations. However, the challenge comes with the role that Slender and proxies are given. Players that are given the role as proxies will be the ones to aid the Slender in sneaking up and killing the civilians. The players must exercise and observe extreme caution, since the Slender and proxy could appear out of nowhere and eliminate them. Strategies and different tactics are surely of great use in order to complete the task as soon as possible to claim victory. Number 5. Lightbulb Relumination. Lightbulb Relumination is a remake and a much improved version of the original Zeeker's Roblox hit game, Lightbulb, which received over 1 million visits and has been nominated for the best single-player game in the year 2016. Despite the ultimate and massive success of its original game, Lightbulb Relumination made its own big leap of achievements. Last year, the game had been viewed over 2 million times and favored by players 50,000 times. The game theme centers on the player attempting to escape and flee an ominous game of hide-and-seek in an extreme psychological thriller, which is played over a maze-based environment. It's split into 5 different chapters, and the player has to find a way out of the maze and get away from it, which is the Seeker. However, there are things players can do to avoid getting totally caught, such as hiding in the vent, hiding in the locker, or in the North Room. Number 4. The True Backroom. This next game is based on the Backroom's creepypasta. Players have to cross and survive 4 distinct stages by keeping away from terrifying beings who will try to kill the players. Basically, players have to find the exit and escape in order to wrap up the game and win. One of the main challenges tagged along the game is its only way to elude and dodge the creatures that a player might encounter is by flashing a torchlight directly on their faces. Besides, a lot of players actually find the first chapter easy, but the next few stages get a bit more challenging, along with the level of thrill, which comes in the form of the creatures that may be following and set out to kill the players to stop their attempts of escaping the mysterious place. Moreover, the jump scares and creepy noises that accompany the game allow the players to experience it and undergo the stimulation as if experiencing the game scenarios in real time. Number 3. Before the Dawn. If you're up for a survival type of game, this game might spark and pique your interest. Described as a cross between the games Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th, Before the Dawn is dubbed and cited as one of the most atmospheric games on Roblox. It's a multiplayer game where players can get to play either as a hero, survivor, or a slasher. A survivor has to dodge the slasher and complete the objectives in the map, and a hero can directly provide assistance via healing or attacking the slasher. On the other hand, slashers are the antagonists of the game, obviously, whose main objective is to kill all the survivors and the hero. The superb mix and balance of sound effects, graphics, and gameplay, all combined in a single game, will unquestionably give off a distinct and entertaining experience. Number 2. Alone in a Dark House. This next featured game has been nominated as the best single-player game in Bloxy Awards 2020. Alone in a Dark House is a classic horror game, which revolves on a single goal, to collect clues and hunt down a murderer. The spooky murder mystery game can be played with 30 players at most, which makes it ideal for people who belong to a huge circle of friends and acquaintances. Players in groups can help each other in solving puzzles and experiencing jump scares all together. The game's premise is concerning an investigator that traveled to a town in hopes of investigating a family and solving unanswered questions and mysteries. But while looking into it, dark secrets are unfolded and disclosed pertaining to the family that's being investigated. Alone in a Dark House is packed with several possible endings, multiple secrets, and hints to be discovered, and offers an eerie gameplay atmosphere with the aid of its sound effects and lighting. Number 1. Identity Fraud. Identity fraud is basically played with the player's effort to elope and evade the mazes. While proceeding with the goal of escaping, players will encounter a fraud, also referred to as the Master of Disguises, which from the name itself suggests that it fools and entices players into thinking that it's another player before it waves, throwing itself and attacking. One of the most common strategies players utilize is to press the character's face on the wall for a higher chance and likelihood of surviving throughout the gameplay. This is to acknowledge and support the tendency that fraud only attacks players that can see it. One of the major reasons the game gained extreme popularity is the isolate uniqueness of the establishment and chase sequence of fraud. Fraud doesn't attack on sight, and when attacking, it starts floating above the ground, flying towards its potential target at a fast speed with its head twitching. However, to give players an equal chance and to balance the difficulty level of the game, a temporary speed boost can be used to outrun fraud. This makes the game challenging and at the same time manageable for players to engage with it, while still having fun. So what do you think of the 6 best and most terrifying horror games in Roblox? Is there a game that we missed? And if we did, let us know in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and notification bell for future videos. Until next time.